I was looking all over and I didn't see her, but when I heard the applause at the little block, I looked around and I saw her. I'd like to ask her to stand. She I went to a place on one occasion and I had her with me and I had her to stand and someone said, I didn't even know he was married. I said, I've always seen him alone. But please believe me, there's another half of me. Thank God for my precious wife who labored with me in the gospel for the excess of 42 years. We're certainly grateful also to have those who've made a tremendous sacrifice to come this distance from Little Flock. Would you stand, Little Flock? God bless you. Certainly thank God for that. And there are possibly others from the New Horizon District. Are you here? Our district missionaries, you here? Oh yeah. Sister Missionary Relevant. I thought I saw Pastor Relevant here a little while ago. I guess he's still with me. God love you. Everybody love the Lord. Say amen. Brother Preachers, I need your help tonight. Sister Ginevra is going to come close by. She's going to bless us with a solo. And while she's coming, I want to say this, that as I listened to the speaker today, Superintendent McGee, he was kicking that leg awfully high. And I said, if they expect me to do that tonight, if they expect me to do that tonight, they have another thought coming. I've listened to the messages prior to this, Lieutenant Jennings on last evening and other ministers of God who've gone forth. And yet we realize that we're not in competition. There's no contest. I'm certain their intentions are the same as mine, that the people might be blessed. That's our intention. And I said, well, Lord, I just certainly hope that some way and somehow that I can be as much of a blessing to the people as I believe that the previous messages have been. And that's my intentions tonight. We want to thank God for all that the Lord have done for each of you. And I don't know that I have anything unusual tonight. I'm just a plain old country preacher. And I'm sure you wouldn't expect too much of me, especially like from the younger ones, because if the Lord delay is coming in 5 days from now, I would be blessed to have seen 71 years. So the old man can't kick his leg as high as he used to. I'm going to read for you possibly the text, after which we're going to hear from Sister Ginevra. And if you'd like to, we'll have church tonight. What do you say about it? Praise God. I've had a person that I've asked to read for me. This person is a very special reader. We have some special readers at Little Flock, but I went outside of Little Flock and asked this one person to read for us tonight. The text will be found in the Gospel of John, chapter 5, a very familiar passage. Very familiar passage. And a little lengthy. I don't usually have such a long text read, but I feel it's expedient to do this in order to get the thought conveyed tonight. All right, is that reader here? After this,
there was a feast of the Jews.
There was a feast of the Jews.
And Jesus went up to Jerusalem.
And Jesus, like all the other male Hebrews, were required to go and to attend this feast, as they were two other feasts likewise in Jerusalem.
Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a food which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda.
Bethesda, yes.
Having 5 portions.
Yes.
In these lay great multitude of impotent people.
In these lay great multitudes of impotent people, or folk, all right?
Blind.
Many of them were blind.
Halt. Withered. Waiting for the moving of the water.
Waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season. All right?
And troubled the water.
And troubled the waters.
Whosoever did first after the troubling of the water,
yes,
stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had.
All right.
And a certain man was there.
Of all the people, there was one man in particular that John saw reasons to talk about. He pointed out this one man in particular. All right.
Was there which had an infirmity 38 years.
This man had been suffering, undoubtedly like some of us, for a long, long time. 38 years is a long time. All right.
When Jesus saw him lie, and knew that he had been now a long time in that case,
yes,
he said unto him, Wilt thou be made whole?
Now he asked him a question. He said, now, do you want to really get well? Do you want to be rid of the affliction that you possess? Come on.
The impotent man answered him.
The impotent man answered him.
Sir, I have no way.
I have no way to what? To enter into the water.
When the water is troubled, to put me into the pool.
Now listen. Jesus asked him one question, and he responded with another. Isn't that just like us? Ask us where we're going, we'll tell you where we've been. Read on.
The impotent man answered, said, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool.
Yes.
But while I'm coming, another steppeth down.
Another person steps down into the water. I just can't get there fast enough. Come on. Jesus said unto him, Rise.
Take up thy bed and walk.
Just take up your bed and walk.
And
immediately
the man was made whole. And took up his bed and walked. On the same day was the Sabbath.
And walked, and the same was on the Sabbath day. That was a no-no. So far as the Jews are concerned, that was a no-no. But the man picked up his bed and walked. From these words, I just want to remind you of God's amazing grace. Help me say God's amazing grace. How many of you feel tonight that you'd love to be endowed with God's grace? I thank God for his grace. What about you? And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. The next scripture will tell you why I'm so grateful, and I believe that you are going to be grateful. All right? We're going to Psalms 103. She's going to read 3 verses there.
The Lord is merciful.
The Lord is merciful.
And gracious.
And he's gracious.
Slow to anger.
Slow to anger.
And plenteous in mercy.
And he's plenteous in mercy.
He will not always cry.
He will not always chide.
Neither will he keep his anger forever.
Thank God for that.
Okay.
Neither will he keep his anger forever. Have you ever provoked God? Has God ever had to get a hold of you?
Yes, sir.
Aren't you glad that God's not like man?
Amen.
Some people get angry with you and seem to never forget it. All of your apologies seem to be of no effect. They are yet holding something against you that they've had for many, many years. But I'm glad God is not like that. He doesn't keep his anger forever. Read that.
He has not dealt with us according to our sins.
And what's more, God has not dealt with us after our sins,
nor rewarded us according to our iniquities.
Neither has he rewarded us according to our iniquities.
For as the heavens is higher above the earth,
For as the heaven is high above the earth,
so great is his mercy toward them
so great is his mercy toward them
that fear him.
that fear him. Someone said the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Let everybody say amen. Thank you, darling. We shall now hear from Sister Ginevra, a number of her own choice. God bless you, darling.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadow come? Why should my heart feel lonely and lonely? For my head
Thank you, Sister Genevro. Let everybody love the Lord. Say amen. God's amazing grace. I'm thankful tonight that I am personally a recipient of God's amazing grace. I shared with someone the other day that during World War II, I was afflicted with malaria. And due to the fact that my fever had exceeded 105 degrees, I was not quite responsible for what I said or did. I discovered myself being strapped to a canvas cart. That was the only bed we had at that time. The hospital, of course, were just canvas tents that held 24 patients each. At the height of the bombardment one night, everybody left the particular hospital unit and went into what they call the bomb shelter. I didn't leave because I couldn't leave. I was strapped to the bed. Bombs were falling, guns were shooting. The whole little island was only 30 miles in diameter. So the whole island seemed to have been rocky. I was so weak until I doubted people, even if they were within 5 feet of me, maybe 10 feet of me, they probably would not have heard me anyway. But I yelled, "Why don't someone come get me?" Eventually, someone too came in and they took me out. And if I happen just to get just a little emotional, I'll get over it. But they took me to the bomb shelter. It was raining so hard that night. They took me to the bomb shelter. But where they placed me, it wasn't altogether shielded from the dropping of the rain. So where they placed me, I had to just stay where they placed me. The rain hit me, first of all, in the top of my forehead. I got tired of that. I turned my right side. It hit me this way. When I turned this way, it hit me there. I didn't have any other way to turn. And I couldn't speak loud enough for anyone to move me. I just had to stay there. And it seemed that when things got just a little, the bombs or rather things got just a little more dangerous, everybody was able to get back a little further into the foxhole. But I was left just lying there. And I said to the Lord, from the best that I can remember, I don't know the exact words, I never knew how to pray before. I never knew what to say. But I said to the Lord, to the best I can remember on that night, Lord, if you just let me out of here and spare my life and let me get home again, I'll go to church. I thought going to church was all that mattered. I said, I'll go to church every Sunday. I didn't realize we should be in church Monday, Tuesday, or whatever. But I said, if you just spare me and let me get home again, I'll go to church every Sunday. Everything I've ever done wrong in my life came before me. And I tell you, if God had really given me justice, I would not be before you tonight. My life was not spared simply because that the world could not go along without me. My life wasn't spared simply because my name was E.J. O'Neill. But I'm here tonight because of God's amazing grace. I'm so grateful. So oftentimes when I think of God's grace, I often every morning since I've become as old as I am, as I said to others, when I turn over in bed and look at the window and see the light, I said, thank God I'm here one more day. And you know, we don't have, it didn't have to be. Simply because we are behind walls and behind locked doors, that's not the thing that preserves our life. So every one of us are here tonight. I believe you will concur with me, and that is that we're all here tonight because of God's grace. You see, grace is that time span wherein all can be forgiven of life's errors and can be justified to become a full recipient of God's mercy. Grace, of course, may be defined as conferred favors unmerited. Or if you just let me just speak commonly, it is mercy in action. It indicates a fulfilled promise from God. Bishop, I want to thank you for allowing us to serve with you. You see, the period of time by which grace is attainable is this sixth dispensation of the 7 dimensions of time. The Bible says, God commended his love toward us, and that when we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Much more then, being now justified by his blood, we shall be saved from wrath through him. Because you see, God's anger does not abide forever. He's slow to anger, but he's plenteous in mercy. The Bible says again, therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, in view of these benefits which justification brings, most of us feel that we deserve the dignity of justice. You see, without the results of justice, there can be no salvation. Without justification, sanctification alone could never produce regeneration. Salvation itself is comprised of these 3 definite works of grace. And that is sanctification, justification, and regeneration. The Bible says again, for the grace of God that bringeth salvation hath appeared unto all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, that we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world, looking for the blessed hope and that glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior, Jesus Christ. Precious hearts, I believe that you will agree with me that justice is a precious endowment. And yet, justice may not always be the better of the two when there's a choice between mercy and justice. You see, justice is like when we are falsely accused and are treated accordingly, as we feel that such judgment, of course, and treatment is not justified. In spite of the plea for an appeal, On just yesterday, a person was executed in the state of Texas for a crime which he declared and others declared he did not do. We feel that justice should allow truth to prevail. And when truth prevails and we are vindicated, we say that we have been given due justice. But in spite of these facts, there are things in this world that we should desire in addition to and beyond that of justice. For this reason, the psalmist said, God has not dealt with us after our sins, nor has he rewarded us according to our iniquities. If he had, that's justice. You didn't hear me. If he had, that's justice. But because he hath not, that's grace. Somebody say hallelujah. You see, justice treats us just as we deserve to be treated. However, justice alone, untempered with mercy, will make the world a prison house for the guilty. Justice alone without mercy would thunder from the heavens with the voices of vengeance. It would flame from the earth with the fires of wrath. Justice alone would make every home a house of mourning. Justice without mercy would send a thrill of pain through every nerve of the human body. Jesus alone, or justice alone, would answer every desire of the heart with a traumatic disappointment. Justice without mercy could bring chaos in the lives of us all. We all need God's mercy in conjunction with justice. For this reason, if nothing more. You see, mercy is also one of God's attributes. Mercy shines in the morning light. It sets the glides of a glorious day. Mercy sings in the romping stream, and it shouts in the darkening storm. Mercy tempers the summer's heat, and it simmers the winter's cold. Mercy defends the poor, and it supports the feeble. Mercy brings a message to the despairing, and joy to the sorrowful. You see, when the gospel of Jesus, of course, is preached, it makes the world a house of mercy, and all that hear it, the joyful sound. When we become recipients